Coach, now that you've had a little time to think about it and look at what happened last night, what's your reaction to all that's been said about the game last night? Because was it because of the opponent or what?
I'm not sure what all has been said. I just concentrate on our process, and I feel like we have a really good team, and we should be optimistic that we're going to have a really good season. We got outplayed last night. There's some things we can definitely do better, as expected with the first game, and I'm encouraged.
Is this normal for this time of the year for you?
Of course, yeah. I mean, first game of the year, you don't have everything in. Everything's not completely buttoned up yet, especially since they're shortening the preseason, and every team in the league is gonna be a work in progress. The first few weeks of the season, that's normal, and I'm very encouraged about what we can be.
How much was the defense of the Clippers dictated what you guys did offensively?
A little bit. They played hard and they played well. Kawhi is a guy that disrupts everything, with his defensive abilities. But there's a lot of execution pieces that we have that we looked at on film today that can be done at a higher level, and we'll continue to work on that.
What was your focus with the team today when you reviewed film from last night?
Well, we looked at both ends of the ball, and there's 1,000 little execution pieces that we try to clean up. From post spacing to not running enough offensively, more second action, more side to side movement. Defensively, our pick and roll coverages let us down, in particular in the second quarter, and we looked at that. But even though it wasn't great on our end, you tip your hat to your opponent too. They made 7 or 8 highly contested shots in that quarter, and that's going to happen from time to time. We had a game where we missed a lot of looks that we normally make. We had a lot of possessions where we guarded well and didn't get the payoff with the stop because they hit a tough shot, and but we're not focused on the result each game as much as the process, and building and tightening things up on all the little habits that we know will lead to wins.
I don't want to say so much in reference to last night, but what's the process for for kind of figuring out how the skill sets of the players match what you guys kind of want to do? Do you need to see a bunch of regular season games for that to really to get a feel for it?
The process is it starts with common sense, and what guys naturally fit each other, just based on their skill set, and then throughout training camp you see the guys play together, and who's developing chemistry and whose chemistry is off, and as the games start, you continue that process.
Offensively, would you like to see more pick and rolls? It seemed like you ran a lot more in the preseason.
Yeah, well, we did, but they got into a switching game. They go into a switch 1 through 5, and then it becomes an ISO game, and we got to be more efficient in those situations. I think getting Rajon Rondo back will put us in a lot more pick and rolls, and but our post offense was something they had to deal with. So we were heavier in the post than maybe we will be throughout the season because it was being effective for us, and but we'll continue to make sure that we have a diverse package out there.
Is Rondo back Friday?
We'll see. He's going to continue trying to progress today and tomorrow, and we'll see where he's at Friday.
Speaking of the post, it was a career high 17 post possessions for AD. That was just an adjustment in the moment, or how much of that is part of the diet you want to see?
They couldn't stop him. So whatever works, you go to it again, and we just kept going to him.
Frank, you said earlier in camp that you didn't think LeBron taking on even more playmaking duties would contribute to the cumulative wear and tear on him in the season. But if teams are going to hound the ball the way the Clippers did last night and make him work the whole way up the floor, does that change your thoughts on that at all?
Well, getting our point guards healthy will change that. I envision Rajon Rondo being a major player for us this year. 25, 30-minute a game guy, whether he starts or comes off the bench. So that naturally will lighten the load. Injuries to Alex Caruso and Quinn Cook, and the minutes restriction with Quinn Cook, also put more usage on LeBron in the pick and roll game. And then within that, we can be more efficient in pass and cut offense as well, and not having to bang as much with that. But I don't think it was really that overdone. I don't think it was a problem for LeBron. it's just something that we're gonna, over 82 games, we got to keep an eye on.
Was Caruso was
He was available.
Okay.
He was available, but I chose to go with Quinn in the backup minutes, and then he was with a minutes restriction, so we had to be a little bit creative with the rotation.
So with the injuries in mind, where are you in figuring out your ideal rotation?
We'll focus on the next game, and until we have a full roster of healthy players, we won't settle into a regular rotation. We'll have a rotation based on the guys that are available.
From an offensive standpoint, what was the kind of the lack of production from this two centers? Is that related to the fewer pick and rolls and things like that, fewer actions that spring?
Yeah, I think with, like I said, with the the switching that they were doing, they're not really guys that we're gonna play a lot through in the post, so we got to attack the other matchup and have them be active on the glass. But the Clippers did a great job hitting those guys on every shot and keeping them off the glass.
Frank, there was only a few minutes where neither LeBron and AD were on the floor. Is your intention to maybe go full 48 with one of them on the floor?
Ideally, and I think when Rajon comes back, we'll have the mindset that he can quarterback the offense with anybody that's out there. But for last night, I wanted to try to have one of those guys out there as much as possible.
Looked like Cruz is doing some 5-on-0 stuff. Do you know at what point do you think he's going to be able to do a contact scrimmage or how that?
I don't know. We're taking it day to day with him, and seeing how he responds to the increased activity each day. But he's not going to play Friday.
Coach, how helpful is it? I know you've been talking about it's going to be a work in progress once the season gets going, but just to finally have some film, be in the regular season, and kind of have that opportunity moving forward.
That's exciting for me, and also some scout tape to watch too. Trying to figure out what the Clippers were going to do based on the preseason tape where Kawhi played a total of 33 minutes. It was a little bit unique. I mean, obviously we know him as a player, but that's the value of getting into the regular season. You have more footage and more material to study and analyze and break down.
If a defense is neutralizing the pick and roll with switching and I guess posting up is one counter, are there other counters that
of
you guys
course.
can go to?
Yeah, we can pass and cut a lot more than we did. We can run a lot more than we did, and and you can still be effective in a pick and roll game versus switching, without pulling it out in an ISO wing. So we can definitely be more efficient.
Was there a positive after watching the film that maybe jumped out at you that you didn't think during the game?
Yeah, well, the first positive is our post offense is a problem for other teams, and we shot the ball poorly and didn't take care of some controllable things on the defensive end that, when we see that take place, we're going to be a hell of a team. And, we played a pretty good game last night, and they just played a little bit better. So I'm not upset with where we're at. Obviously, hopeful that we were going to be 1-0, but I'm encouraged about what we can be.
Was this progress for Kyle today? Like, is this more than he was doing before?
I'd have to talk to my medical team about that. I know he's been doing some 5-on-0 stuff. I don't know what the totality of it is. It's probably more than he's been before, yes.